Welcome everybody, this is Brad Young. I'm the driver of the number 78 Chevrolet Camaro in the SCSRA Iracing League. And this week we are at Talladega, as you can see. And this is my recap of my night and our race. You'll see the highlights from my perspective and hope to share some insights. And you're welcome to watch the broadcast. I'll have a link to that in the comments below. Start the night with qualifying. Talladega is a tricky place to qualify. I typically qualify mid-pack. This is about normal for me. So qualified 13th out of pretty large field tonight. We had 25 or so, almost 30 entries. So I don't feel too bad. It's a good place to start, and look forward to charging to the front. Here's our restart on lap 1. Ended up being a quick caution. They get hung up here in the back. But due to that quick caution, I end up gaining a couple of positions. We'll skip up to the next restart. Let's back her up just a little bit. End up starting, I think, around P10 for this restart. We're going to race till about midway of the stage. Tonight's stage was at lap 35, which you cannot do a full fuel run in 35 laps, so you know you're going to have to pit. And we'll get up here to about mid-stage when we start pitting. Show you different perspectives here. Tight pack racing. And one of my favorite views is the gyro. Let's show you that. This is coming out of turn 2. Now we're in turn 3 and turn 4. We'll head up over on the tri-oval. I actually run triple monitors, so there are some things you're not seeing that I'm seeing. But this is the more or less the cockpit view, what I get to see every time I race. We're getting close to the middle of the stage. This is coming up on lap 15. You'll see that the leaders pit here, and it's hard to make a quick decision to either pit with them or stay in line, and decide to stay in line and pit with the next group. They're going to peel off here onto pit lane. And it's just a splash for fuel. We end up going one more lap. But that pulled me up to P4 going into middle of the stage. Don't really need to use or pit for tires much here. You can, it doesn't really hurt anything, but the tire usage is minimal, so it's pretty much just worrying about running out of fuel. We're going to duck onto pit road here. The goal here is just not to speed. The speeding penalty will really set you back, having to sit for 40 seconds on a green flag pit stop. So we're going to come in here and just fill her up and get back out. I was a little cautious coming in, so I did lose quite a bit of time. And should have stayed a lot closer to Trey here in the number 3. But he ends up getting away from me and had a couple laps of being by myself, which is always painful. Come back out on pit road here. There goes the leaders actually flying past us. That hurts pretty bad. We actually end up going pretty good here for the next few laps. We're gonna, next caution will come out on lap 35 for the stage. This is coming to stage. I end up catching this pack and sitting right now in P8. I didn't really want to push too hard to try to get any other positions because you risk losing it, and might as well just stick with what you've got at this point. In the SCSRA League, we do a stage every race, so you get stage points that go towards your overall points. So there's always a hard battle here at the closest stage. They'll close the pits so that you can't short pit, and just got to try to get out here and do the best you can, get some extra points for the season total. So P8's not too bad. It's always a good thing for me to get stage points. I don't get them all that often. So here is the caution. On this pit stop, it was decided to go fuel and right tires, two tire pit stop on this one, and it ends up proving out really well. I didn't realize I gained so many positions. Maybe other individuals did 4 tires. But we'll see the pit crew get to work here. And Iracing, obviously, this is virtual. Unfortunately, because that guy would have got clipped. Yeah, let's see the guys get to work. Changing right tires, packer full of fuel, and get back out there. Being a little cautious, make sure I give everybody plenty of space, but actually beat a bunch of these guys out, and it came out P3, which is was phenomenal. That's great. A great way to start. Here's the stage results. End up finishing P8 for the stage. And my teammate behind me, Charles Balance, number 41. So back row racing, we got some extra points. And not a bad night. My goal always is try to finish in some stage points. And it's pretty hard to do. People race pretty hard right there to earn some stage points. Again, starting P3 in our the SCSRA, the leader has lane choice. So looks like the leader chose, I can't remember if Eddie was the leader or not on this one. I think he was P2, so I think 84 is the leader on this one. He did choose the inside lane, which puts me right behind the leader. Key here is to get a good restart, be right on his bumper when he takes off. Try to maintain pace with him and not let someone sneak down in. However, I don't care to be the middle car, and I'd rather be the back car. But obviously you just take what you can get, and here we go. Got the Geico restart zone there where we are able to take off. The leader can take off at any position in there. Once he enters in the Geico restart zone, there's 80, the number 8 dives in behind me. We're able to come up here and maintain position for quite a few laps until our next caution on lap 54. Coming to line on lap 54 here. Got a little caution that comes out here in a minute. I think it's actually ended up being behind us. See, I'm still around P3, depending on the line, P5. Oh, there he goes. And that didn't bring out the caution, but the caution comes out right there, which ended up being a bit of net code. Okay. So we're going to all come back into the pits for another splash of gas, and I think I took right side tire or left side tires on this one, plus fuel. Figuring that we can probably finish the race, well, on tires, finish the race from here. Still need a pit at least one more time for fuel. Got a little bit of beat up there from just hitting a couple of individuals, looks like. Nose a little bit of damage, some right side damage. So as I come out of the pits here, the 82 is coming in to hit his pit road, and I'm going to show you from my vantage point here. On the broadcast, they talked about this, and I know Joe on the 82, he was, upset with me. But honestly, I don't know what I could have done different here. If you look from my vantage point, even you're not seeing my right side window. Come in here, get my pit stop completed. The spotter doesn't work in the pit lane. And here he comes. So, before that happened, I had no idea if he was pitting or if he was already finished his pit and was exiting pit road. So, yeah, my bad. I owned it during the race. Not sure what else I could have done differently, but I'll obviously pay more attention in future races. Still not too bad a position. But you'll see we get another quick caution here. I felt like I was doing really good on restarts all night. I was able to time that. The one thing I do is I like to... Oh, here we go. There's the caution. Let's go back to a different view there. So, Billy, in the number 79, said that his spotter didn't tell that he was clear. He was trying to fill a hole that wasn't there. Fortunately, I was there. It's possibly that because I dipped down behind that yellow line. Watch how I dipped down that yellow line. That's possibly why the spotter might have told you that he was clear. I don't know. And yeah, fortunately, when he did that, that killed my front end. Ended up getting the meatball flag. You can see the right tire there just flopping around. Got to drive it down all the way around, try to get back into the pit lane to get my fast repair. Get the fast repair fixed here. In our league, we each get one fast repair that allows you to basically get a brand new car. So it comes in here, it takes about 3 seconds or so. You only get one per night, so it's a little risky. You want to save it in case something big happens at the end. But use my fast repair here. Got all shiny and new, plus a little bit of fuel, and on our way back out. Fortunately, we have that. Otherwise, you sit in the pits for your repair, which in that case probably would take 8 or 10 minutes. Would go multiple laps down. So able to stay on the lead lap. There's some good battles for the next few laps. We actually run for quite a while. We run for another, I don't know, it was 10 or 15 laps caution free. There's another caution that's going to come out here in a little bit. Okay, we're going to see the next caution here on lap 68. It looks like up front it got a little squirrely. Fortunately, I was able to be in the back and avoid most of that. Just dive down low and do what you can. We can go see if we take another look at this. unfortunately for them. Hopefully they hadn't used their fast repair already. It would maintain. And due to this caution, I thought, well, might as well come back in and get just a little bit more fuel. Many of the guys did not pit here, which actually ended up working out fine for them because we didn't need all that fuel. But you never know. You know, there could be some green-white checkers. So I was towards the back of the pack anyways. Might as well get some more fuel at this point. And we'll do a restart here on the next lap. Looks like I'm back on P14, but able to work my way up quite a bit during the next few laps. We'll have another caution with about 4 laps to go. Looks like we're all running in line here. 10th position. My strategy tonight was pretty much stick to that bottom lane. Seems like the top lane would get disorganized, but the front bottom lane would. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, this brought out a big caution. Oh, that's what caused the caution there. He came back up off the grass, took out a couple of people. It's unfortunate. Here we go on what ends up being the last restart of the night, although there is another pileup that the broadcast didn't show. You'll get to see it. I'm in the middle of it. But here we are with about, let's see. Basically what ends up being more or less a green-white checker. We battling here to the end. Unfortunately, I lost a little bit of space there. Kind of dipped off the racing surface onto the. Here we go. Pull right back up. Sitting in a good spot here at P8. Looking forward to a top 10 finish if things keep going this way, but unfortunately they don't. See, everybody is pushing hard right now. We're getting towards the end of the race. Just the last few laps clicking down. You see that top lane. Those are the guys that end up leading the race, and number 8 ends up winning. Watch him at the top lane. They kind of work their way around. Now, I talked before the top lane was disorganized, but if you have your teammates with you, you can really make a lot of progress up there on the top lane, high lane. And then once you get out front, then you can control it. They work their way around. Oh, there was one more caution. This was the lap with 4 to go caution. There's no sense in pitting anymore. We're going to race here to the finish. There you got Eddie and Devin leading the way. You got to go watch the broadcast. It was actually a really great finish. Really close battle right there to the finish line. Checkered flag. Again, I'm going to go to the outside here, thinking I can make some progress and end up making quite a few positions, but unfortunately the big one happens right in front of me. And again, the broadcast focuses on the leaders, so that doesn't show this crash at all or even mention it, but it was a big one. So it looks like one car bounced off the wall, bounced up the others. So working hard to try to avoid it, just to try to keep pointing forward just to see if we can finish. With a lot of cars being taken out, could end up being a good finish, but fortunately it bounced off quite a few. Let's take a look at the cockpit view for this one, and you'll see what we, oh boy, what a good night was gonna be to not so good. We're gonna change in a hurry, that's for sure. I did a good job there, but unfortunately there was a car behind me that tapped me, and really nowhere to go. You're just bouncing off everybody. And obviously got the meatball flag, but just try to keep pace and try to finish her out. We'll slow her down just a little bit. You can see this car bounces off the lane, which puts those two react, and it's on from there. We'll just go in, and it's a pile up, right? But it is what it is. You just work hard to finish the race. And then what I do is I just, obviously this is the last lap. The white flag had already come out, so no caution, just white flag. And just try to keep it moving. See if you can gain a couple positions, if not lose a couple positions. Running P13. And then, but unfortunately these two at the line don't have any damage, so they're able to sneak past me. And cross the line. Actually, it put me at P12, so I'll take it. Not a bad night. Obviously, would have liked to have a top 10 finish, but is what it is. Okay, let's take a look at the points after Talladega. If we come take a look, looks like Justin Bell, he's the number 6, had a pretty good night. Moved up 8 positions, but also looks like maybe these two probably didn't race. That's why they dropped. Looks like I gained 2 positions this race. So that was good. Actually, I wasn't supposed to be in this race. I had a work trip and ended up getting an earlier flight and made it home in time. So that was really good. Else would have dropped also. It's like a teammate, Carlton Charles. He moved up to 3 places. That's great. He's the number 7, and Charles Balance also is up here. Our goal is to be in top 12, because top 12 get a race for the championship, or else you can get a win, which secures you into the championship. Let's also take a look at our team standing. So we are Back Row Racing. There's only 3 of us, so that's, you can allow up, I think, 5, but we're supposed to have 4. So you're scored by your team. So we are a little deficit of having 1 less team member, but not doing too bad here in the middle of the road. That's the name. The thing of our name is Back Row Racing, and see how far up the list we can get. And let's go take a look at. Here's my results. Looks like I did get a P12 out of that. Sometimes you never know. I did get some bonus points for finishing in this stage. As far as the season so far, I missed 1 race, but Daytona had a problem with my computer. It shut down on me, and I ended up being 10 laps down in that race. Also had another issue at Auto Club. I think if I remember right, I had a computer issue with that as well. I hope I fixed that. I ordered a new GPU and also some more memory. I was having a problem with memory, and so hopefully we can have some better finishes compared to what we have here. So anyways, looks good. And then let's also take a look at the schedule. We're going to be at we're going to be at Texas next week. Looks like 40 laps of the stage and 150 laps for the race, and look forward to it. Hope to have a good race. I do pretty good on the mile and a halfs, and we'll see y'all next week.